Let me just spread the love a little bit. Let me just spread the love here a little bit. What was the last thing you guys heard? Let me make sure that you guys are all set, ready to rock. We should be back. We back, baby. All right. Traders, so we are back. We should be all set here, ready to get after it. And we'll see what we have. I was talking about, again, Fox Runner has their Christmas sale. But honestly, to make your life easy over on HIHO, you guys do have bullishness and you guys do have bearishness. Bullishness on the upside, bearishness on the downside right here. So you guys do have your bulls, you guys do have your bears, you guys do have, again, your two different areas on where you guys can trade. So far, if anyone was not here earlier today, right? If you guys were not here earlier today, I did make one trade on the day and I actually lost. So I actually traded TRIB on the short side at 143, 144, and then I got out at 149. So little heads on up. TRIB, I was trading it earlier this morning. As you guys could see, we almost have like HIHO and TRIB in very similar patterns. Take a look right now. TRIB is on a little higher low setup. HIHO starting to get that higher low, but starting to crack a little bit. So HIHO traders starting to get some weakness. You guys can see it's almost like getting a little bit of this dump. It's almost like getting a little bit of this fade. It's almost like, again, we're finally falling underneath its main support lines, right? You do have this beautiful uptrend where you guys are starting to get this weakness and starting to crack back on down. There's the bullishness, the bearishness. And then you guys do have, again, TRIB right here, where TRIB does have something very similar as well, where you guys are having this little tiny triangle setup right now of this bullishness, the bearishness as well. So again, I always like to kind of give myself these little cheat codes. Again, I always like to be able to say, all right, hey, if it goes underneath this, the area, I know, again, buyers are going to, or if shorters are going to move on in. If I know if it goes above this certain area, I know, again, buyers are going to move on in. So a lot of times I like to give myself these little easy cheat codes to help myself get like a little bit of a better understanding on how to trade these stocks. I like to give myself, little cheat codes on how to be able to say, all right, hey, give yourself that little mentality boost. That's all it is. Just give myself a little bit of that little boost to be able to help myself, become a little bit of a better trader, not make as many mistakes. Right here, traders, just staying smart. No forcing. Don't put yourself in any bad play just yet. I mean, ever. But, it is 9:22 in the market right at this moment. 9:22 in this market. Let's change some things on out. And let's get ourselves prepared. I'm just going to type out, my Sean Dekmar watch list. Sean Dekmar watch list right here for every single trader. Let's do it. Sean Dekmar watch list. I'm going to say FJet. Spike and dump. Right? That's kind of where I'm focusing on. We also could easily see, as we know, taking a look over on these plays. I'm kind of just having a little brain fart real quick. TRIB. And HIHO. So we do have HIHO. TRIB. Is there anything else we need? I really don't think. I think it's just these three. I mean, these are like the three that we want. These are the three that we need. These are the three that we're focusing on. These are the three that's going to be able to make us the most amount of cash. So let's figure out all game plans for all three. Okay? Game plans for all three right here. TRIB, FJet, HIHO. And if I can get myself back into the green, make myself ready to go. What about the S&P 500? S&P 500, right now we're having a little bit of a drop. We're looking for that Santa Claus rally to rip and run. We went over the Santa Claus rally like 2 or 3 times. I actually posted a video yesterday. I was driving home and I made a video. So again, check that out if you guys haven't yet. But when it comes on down to, today, let's have a game plan for every single one of these plays. You guys ready to do that? Let me just switch over the company name. I don't like having that. Give myself more. All right, also, take a look, guys. There's not many top gainers. You can actually see the top losers starting to come into play. So, let's do this together. Everyone, switch over to a 1-minute time frame. 1-minute time frame over on TRIB makes your life simple, makes your life easy. Every single person right here should be able to say, oh, this makes sense, right? TRIB, very simple setup. We do have a ascending triangle pattern. So let's think about this. What does this essentially mean? Hey, how is this easy? Well, we know if we start breaking above this area, buying volume is going to be moving on in. If we start cracking underneath this area, that's where shorters are going to start moving on in. So it really just comes on down to the pure fact that if you start seeing buying volume start going in on that play, shorters could easily get squeezed. We could easily start seeing a little bit of a sell-off and a drop. It's almost the same exact thing if I take a look over on HIHO. HIHO, this is again a very simple and easy pattern as well. HIHO, now cracking, right? Now cracking, it's uptrend and wedge. Shorters are currently in control. This is showing that, buyers are getting weakness. We are fading. We are falling. We are starting to drop at this time. There's not as much strength and there isn't as much enthusiasm on this play. I'm not saying that HIHO is done, but I'm saying at this moment, who's in control? Don't be like, oh, buyers in control. No, they're not. Right now, shorters are in control, right? What about FJET? FJET, if this one spikes, it does have room to go up towards like $24 or so. I want to start laying out some orders here because I would love to trade, okay? Where do I want to start laying out my orders? I am going to put some FJet orders in. FJet, where do I think this play can get up to? Well, if you guys take a look over on FJet, where can this play get up to? Top resistance, 25, 25, 25, 25. I don't think we're going to get all the way up to 25. I think it's going to be more on FJet between like 2380. So I would say, FJet, 2370. 2370. That could be a nice little play if you pop on up. Do 100 shares short there. 2390. That could be a nice little short, right? 2410. That could be a nice little short. 2440. That could be a nice little short. 2470. That could be a nice little short. I'm just spreading out orders all the way up towards around $25, to be honest with you. That's it. I'm just spreading out orders all the way up towards around $25 just in case it fills. If I don't get fit, if this stock spikes and then again gets a dump, I'll be ready to be able to make some money. So FJet, I like that order right there. So I can go ahead and be able to make some cash. Now, HIHO. HIHO right here. Going back over towards this play. This stock obviously has some weakness. I'm just going to carry out this downtrend. This downtrend has room to run back up towards around that like 146 mark. I'm going to go HIHO. And again, start typing out some orders all around, this 146 up towards around 150 area. So I'm going to go with, 146, 500 shares. Short right here. What is that? Security is not shortable, pending. Let me see here. Do I have any pending orders on accident? Oh, HIHO. Yeah, I got to cancel the old orders. Hold on here. HIHO. Let me cancel these old orders that I have on this play and just keep playing this little downtrend that we have. So 146 short, 149 short, 152, 152 short, 155 short. So now again, I got HIHO ready to go for the short side. I have FJet ready to go on the short side. And let's go TRIB here. TRIB, I don't want to short yet. TRIB, I would wait until that one spikes up to like 220 or so. So that one looks a little too strong. Okay? Give me 2 seconds, guys. Let me bring over my P&L box in case I ever get filled. You guys can see it. So P&L box, I did lose $400 so far today. Not filled on anything. Market opens up in 1 minute. Give me 1 second. I want to run across the room, get myself a fresh bottle of water before we kick off this day. Be back in 1 minute, guys. All right. Markets is now live. Traders, let's do it. DJT. Again, I'm not sure why people are loving DJT right now. Am I missing something, guys? Am I missing something on DJT? I see a couple people say, DJT, DJT. Again, I don't see anything on DJT. DJT has been fading and falling the last few days. DJT didn't do anything in pre-market, just fade and fall. DJT has just been a quiet stock. I mean, like DJT, yes, it had a very big spike over on last week. Maybe it gets a dip buy as it comes back on down closer to like 13.15, 13.20. But I would say, again, maybe a quick little spike, and then probably your greatest area for a dip buy is going to be closer to $13. So if you can ever get that nice little $13 dip buy, that's where I see would be the best area. But as of now, DJT, I'm not a fan of it. So I'm not the biggest fan of DJT stock at this time. Just because, you know, maybe if anything, you're just looking for dip buys. You're looking for, you know, a little bit of hype and momentum. You know, $15 would be a top target, but a better entry would be back on down near 13, where you have the 13 EMA and you have the 50-day moving average. How's FJET? Guys, FJET opened up, dumped. FJET opened up, dumped. How's HIHO? HIHO. This play again right now. Not doing anything too big, not doing anything too dramatic. So we were looking. We were looking for, again, HIHO. Quick little spike up towards 146 right off the rip to get a reversal. I actually wanted to see if I was going to get filled on FJET, though. See if this was going to be able to make some money for us. Lock in those, you know, nice gains. Hey, traders. This is the final morning. This is the final morning of the week to be able to make some money, for us to be able to make some funds, for us to be able to make some dollars here. Guys, HIHO, I will look for an entry, as you guys know, next to the blue line. Now, when I get myself involved on plays, I want to try to make sure that there is no confusion. I think that is so important to me as a trader. Now, I am not saying you are going to agree with every single trade that I make, right? But I will put out there that I am looking to be able to get in on shorts where we have reversed in the past. Here's a reversal. Here's a reversal. Here's a reversal. And if we, again, spike somewhere in this vicinity, I want to have a reversal. So, reversal, dump. Reversal, dump. Reversal, dump. Reversal, looking for this mark to reverse and dump back on down. We just hit this area. Right now, I am in on 1,000 shares. Now, do I want this play to dump and fall right here? I would honestly rather have a little bit of momentum, try to push this play up a little bit higher, and then get, you know, more orders. Where do I have more orders? I have more orders in case it ever spikes on up towards, you know, maybe some of these old spiking highs here or some of these old spiking highs. So I really don't mind if this stock, you know, runs up towards 150, 152, 153. because I am going to look to get more. Not only do we have this downtrend that's holding it up as resistance, but we do have old spiking high, right? If we want to take a look over on this play, old spiking high right here, old spiking high right here, old spiking high right here, old spiking high right here. And then of course, I do think that that is going to be right around an old spiking high area. So I have downtrend, I have old spiking high, and then we also have uptrend area, which is going to be holding up as resistance. I will say this, I will be very surprised if we break through all three of my main indicator lines. My main three of resistance. Downtrend, we broke above it. I started a position there. Second position, going to be at around 150 in case we turn and fall. Third position, up near the old uptrend area for when we turn and fall. That's all I'm doing right now. I have a total of 2,000 shares in on HIHO at a cost basis of 148. I will be getting 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 as we get up towards the red line and as we run up towards these top areas. Because if we start fading and falling, I want to be ready for it. Guys, just like that. Guys, good day. Hey, everyone. All right, guys. Hey, amazing job. Amazing work. I'm trying to get the heck out of this play. Boom. All right, guys. Just got out of HIHO. Was just able to make $250. I was kind of, flubbing around on my level 2. So I actually should have been able to, kind of make that $400 gain. But can everyone see what I just did? Hey, great job, everyone. Great work. I should have been able to make a little bit more. I was kind of messing up getting out of my orders on the level 2 right there. But that's all I did. Like, if you're asking me right now, hey, this guy's a super... And I know what you guys are thinking. Like, I do, right? I know what you guys are thinking. You're watching right now and you're just like... This guy's incredible. He's smart. He's handsome. He's got a great smile. He's muscular. He's great at sports. It's, guys, stop. I know what you're thinking right now. He's a great public speaker. Guys, stop. He's confident. Stop. That's all I'm doing. All right? So the thing is, if you have a game plan, you will have success more than not. All right? If you have a game plan, you will be able to figure these plays out more than not. Now, HIHO, I am adding on to this play again. Why am I adding on to this play? I'm going to add at that purple line. Where did I just get filled? 153. I just got filled at 153 over on my play here. Okay? I am going to, again, look to be able to make a little bit more money as we just hit that 153 mark. I'm in on 2,000 shares. I am watching to see, are we going to stay underneath this area? So, we did just get a big dump. We pop back on up. We do have, again, top resistance at around 156. I'm in at 153 right now, ready to get out if we do start falling and fading back on down. Okay? Right now, we made $250. We're unrealized $30. It would be nice to get a little pullback and fall back down to 146. I might just take gains when I'm up, $150. I don't want to force this play too much. Again, I got filled at the next resistance line. I got filled on the first downtrend. I got filled again at 150, and then I just got filled at 153. I want to see if we get a little reversal. I'm up $90, $70. Trying to basically eliminate my loss from earlier. Just a little heads up for you guys. 147. Let's see if we go back down. Let's get ourselves back up like 110, 130. There we go. I like that. Guys, I'm just going to take my gains right now. All right. I was able to make so far $360 on the day. Right now, I am down $90 total from my earlier loss. So that's nice. I was able to kind of eliminate that loss right there. Traders, did I do anything incredible today? All I'm doing is what I always do. I just short at areas that are strong. Short at my reversal points. Stock trading in the day trade world. In the day trade world is not about saying what company has the best fundamentals. Guys, I'll be honest with you. I don't even know the names of the companies I'm trading. HIHO, I don't know it's named Highway Holdings Limited. I'm only in for a few minutes. So the game of day trading is more about understanding where reversals happen. Where's supports, aka dip buys? Where's resistance, aka reversals? Where am I going to be able to have profitability? So if you become a master of, again, understanding where support and resistance is truly at, you are going to be able to make the most amount of money possible. Okay? Traders, I'm going to go into 10 minutes right here, and I'm going to give you literally the lesson that every single person pays $3,000 for on a trading course. Okay, you guys ready for this? No trades right here. This is the perfect way to be the ultimate day trader. I'm going to save you guys $3,500 right here and right now. All right. I'm gonna literally try to change your life right here. All right. This is it. You guys ready? Full breakdown, how to be a successful stock trader. You don't need to pay any money. Let's dive into it. So let's go with, I want to become a full-time day trader. Perfect. If you want to be a full-time day trader, the first thing that you have to realize is you have better odds. There's a better percentage of making money on the short side than you do on the long side. Now, why do I say that? Because if you want to trade on the long side, trade again blue chips. Trade stocks that are $75 and higher. Do this as an example, right? Let's take a look over on all of the top gainers on the day, right? Let's click TRIB. This shows since 2014. 2014 to right now, this stock TRIB has fallen for the last 11, 12 years. OPTX opened up at $5. It's now down to $3. TIVC opened up at whatever this was. It had a whole bunch of stock splits. Went from $10,000 down to $2. You see EUDA went from, again, $5 down towards $1. You can see TIVC, ADGM has gone from $8 down towards $1. AIRE hasn't ever done anything. JFB, again, newer IPO trying to hold itself on up. STEC has been fading and falling. You can see BBLG has been fading and falling. JTAI has been fading and falling. You can see PXLW, a little bit of spike. NRSN has been fading and falling. You can see YCBD has been fading and falling. WKEY has been fading and falling. All I'm doing is I'm just clicking the top gainers of today. You can realize that every single one of these plays has a better chance of fading and falling and dropping than it does of going up. Now, let's reverse this. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple has a better chance of climbing. Meta has a better chance of climbing. Microsoft has a better chance of climbing. Google has a better chance of climbing. It's very simple. Shitty companies are going to fall over time. Credible companies are going to move up over time. The worst thing that you can do every single day is wake up and say, "Oh, I can't wait to buy a stock that's only $2." Because if you are not first, you will consistently be last. Do I make myself clear? The majority of stock traders lose as a day trader because they're always trying to buy stocks after they've already spiked. AKA, you see BBLG going on a nice spike this morning, and then you try to buy it, you end up buying the top, you end up taking a very big loss. How many people go through this? Go through the fact that you buy it, you lose, you buy it, you lose. This should register. In my mind, I say, if I keep buying at the top, let me just short. And if I short, I know that I'm going to have a better chance of winning. I already showed you that over on a monthly chart, throughout the years, the stocks have a better chance of falling than climbing. So why are we already going against the grain? If we know that these are not good, credible stocks, we know that we are just buying them because of hype, because of buying them because we're greedy. We want to make a little bit of money. The quicker you get through that and stop saying, "Oh, well, this could be a great long-term investment," it's not. It's very rare to find a great long-term investment on a sub $10 stock, especially one that has 30 million in float or less. Sure, you might be able to say, well, at one point, Rocket Lab was, again, a sub $10 play. Yes, with a very large 80, 100 million in float. Not the fast, hard spikers like we're taking a look over on like TRIB or HIHO this morning with only 3 million in float. So that's a major difference. So every single morning, you need to ask yourself, okay, hey, I'm going into today not caring about the company, knowing there's a better chance that it could fade and fall, but also understanding that these stocks are going to spike for certain reasons. Why do stocks spike? Stocks are going to spike simply enough because there is going to be news. News is what leads to, again, buyers, people jumping in on the play. When there is a credible reason for us to buy a play, that is going to try to push the play on up. Stocks do not spike for no reason whatsoever. HIHO this morning came on out with a press release, right? The press release that it came on out with says, right here, HIHO plans to acquire 51% of another company. So, guess what? People started buying HIHO. And people said, "Oh, hey, HIHO, let me get involved with this one. This one's a good play." So notice, if you saw HIHO right when it came on out, people started buying it and loving it. And yes, if you are early, if you are watching, again, the scanners and you're doing things right, you are going to be able to get in early. But the majority of people don't buy in early. The majority of people have to, again, gain confidence in the play. So how do you as a human gain confidence that and on a play? By seeing that it's moving on up. But the issue is when you see that it's already moving on up, you are now buying late. You're buying at 140, 150, 160, which is now going to lead to you dropping back on down. Oh, hey, BBLG's making people money. I want to have confidence though before I pull the trigger. It goes from 2 to 240 to 250. Okay, I'm going to buy at 260. Then you end up getting crushed all the way back on down. So what's the best way to trade? The best way to trade is, again, 3 different ways. Number 1, if you want to trade, you study news. You realize that all these people in the world are going to buy hot news the moment it comes on out. But you have to buy when other people aren't willing to buy for you to be in early. Number 2 is you realize that these are not good, credible companies. You realize that they go on very nice spikes, and then you short them after they go on very nice spikes, rips, and runs. You take a look after HIHO goes on that nice rip and run, and you short it. Or number 3, you say, you know what? I missed it on the hot news. I don't feel comfortable shorting a play. But if it is a good, solid play, then you can go ahead and look for a dip buy. Where again, HIHO could be a great dip buy right off this, 121 mark right here, where you say to yourself, hey, stock went on a great spike because of news. I don't want to chase it. When it comes back on down, I'll get a dip buy and be able to buy it right back on up. So when you are understanding of saying, all right, I want to be a full-time day trader, stocks that are $15 and below have a better chance of falling than spiking. The longer you hold on to these plays, the longer you have of losing. It's almost like sitting in a casino. The longer you sit in a casino, the more that the odds are going to go against you. Stocks that spike up 200% in a day are not going to hold their gains most likely. When a stock does spike on up, it's usually because it had some sort of credibility. If you want to be a buyer of, again, smaller cap plays, you have to become a master of studying hot news. If you guys want to study these hot press releases, it's all about, again, understanding your keywords and getting these voice alerts the moment they happen. That's why we use FoxRunner. Even if you are a person that likes to short, it's still great to be able to find the hot news so you know where people are going so you can short them right back on down. And if you don't want to short them, then again, don't buy them at the top, but wait for a dip buy opportunity to be able to spike back on up. After, again, you see the news and you understand that you can short or dip buy, that is where you guys have to become, again, a master of this, which is going to be support. And again, you have to be able to become a master of resistance. Resistance is going to be where stocks run up to and fall back on down. Support is going to be where a stock falls on down to and then bounces back on up. Resistance is going to be a reversal area. Support is going to be a reversal area. So we want to be a full-time day trader. Odds are shorting plays are going to make more money than long plays on stocks that are going to be minus $15, sub $15. We know that news and credibility leads to buyers moving in, that leads to big time breakouts. But the issue is people wait until they have confidence to buy into a play, but that means they want to see the stock go up. But that's the issue because they usually end up buying at the top before the stock starts dumping. So either you have 3 different options as a stock trader. You can either, number 1, I want to be successful. You pull the trigger during hot market conditions on good keywords. That's why we use FoxRunner. Number 2, we wait for a stock to spike. I use the news scanner, not always to even buy plays, but wait for stocks to get overextended to short them back on down. Or number 3, we again use dip buys where we know we don't want to chase, we don't want to short at the top, but we want to get a dip buy opportunity where I feel more safe. How do I understand where to short? Well, again, shorting is going to come on down to understanding where resistance forms. We have a lot of lessons on resistance. Make sure you guys watch it. Resistance is just going to be another word, aka for, again, an area of reversals. And we also are going to be able to have right here our support lines. Support lines is another word for aka reversals. Support lines and trend lines could be from, again, natural resistance. This is going to be $1, $5, $10 whole numbers. We could also, again, have detailed resistance. Detailed resistance, which is going to be the previous high, previous close. We could have indicators, or we could have, again, past chart history pattern, where stocks are, again, spiking up in the past, right? So this right here is how to be able to become a full-time stock trader. So the big issue is most people say, oh, this is what most people do. I just deposited $2,000 into a Robinhood account. I'm ready to conquer my dreams. Everyone take a look. BBLG. It's spiking so high. I can't wait to buy this play. I'm finally going to go home. Papa's going to be so proud I made a name of my name. I'm going to finally go home. And you buy a 260. I lost all my money. Stock trading's a scam. Again, that's all it is every day. All right? That's how to be successful. That was a 10-minute lesson on the dot on how to change your life. So you're all set, ready to go. Ready to dive on in. Ladies and gentlemen, do we have any other spikers, rippers, and runners right now? FJet. FJet at this time still fading and falling. HIHO at this time not doing anything. TRIB at this time fading and falling. Now what I will say is that yesterday FJet was the #1 top gainer of the day. And FJet really didn't start kind of taking on off until the afternoon. It was on a slow and steady climb throughout the day, but it didn't start going crazy until, again, the afternoon. All right? So I'm not saying today is dead. I'm not saying it's done, but I think everyone understands it is Christmas Eve today. Tomorrow, I will put up the scanners, but there is no live stream. Wednesday or Thursday, the stock market's closed, but this is where we're at here, traders. Monday, yesterday was a normal trading session. Today is a normal trading session, but we're understanding that volume is starting to diminish. Tomorrow, the stock market is open until 1 o'clock. It's a half day. It's Christmas Eve. Not many people are going to be here. Stock market's closed on Christmas. Friday is a full day of trading, but of course, it's going to be a very low day as the previous day is Christmas and then it's a holiday, previous day is Christmas, then it's a weekend already on a Friday. The following week, we're back to normal trading. Tuesday, we're back to normal trading. Wednesday, New Year's Eve. Thursday, New Year's, right? And then of course, Friday is the same exact thing as this upcoming Friday, where we just have New Year's and then we have, a lot of action. I will tell you guys this. Today is usually the last day people trade for the next 2 weeks. So Wall Street guys don't come in until January 5th. So a lot of guys on Wall Street, a lot of guys in New York City, a lot of these guys just got their Christmas bonuses today. Where are they taking the honey? They're taking the wife to Aspen. They're going on their ski trips for the next 2 weeks. Whereas, again, all the other Wall Street guys, they're going up to the Hamptons, going to their Christmas house. They're going to upstate New York. They're going to their over the next 2 weeks now. Because, again, the stock market's a half day tomorrow. Christmas closed on Thursday. Then, obviously, a Friday. Then we have normal day. Then we have another half day. Stock market's closed on New Year's. Then a Friday. You will not see big action probably from now all the way until around January 5th. So this next 2 weeks in the stock market is known as winter break. So it is winter break after today. I will be on the mic again, obviously Monday and Tuesday of next week, but there will be, a little bit more of limited trading, as you guys can imagine. So we are looking for any sort of action here. HIHO, a little pop back on up. HIHO, a little bit of spike, a little bit of a pop, and a little bit of a move here. And as you guys, again, are slowly wrapping up your day, I do just want to say this for every single person. Thank you so much for everyone who has joined us throughout this entire year. I'm sure I'll see you guys, of course, either today or next week sometime. But I do just want to say congratulations on everyone's 2025. Congratulations on every single person who had a successful year of stock trading. And even if you guys were not in the green in 2025, I do want you guys to realize that does not mean you were not successful. That means, again, you are going through trials. You are learning. You are overcoming obstacles. Do not let trials deter you from getting to your goals. Understand that trials are just barriers for you to grow stronger. It's like going to the weight room. You put weight on that. You start going on the bench press. It's a trial to get it on up. You bring it back down. It's a trial to get it back on up. But every single time you do, you're rebuilding your muscle a little bit stronger. It's the same exact thing in the stock market. You get confused. You don't understand something. You work through it. You now understand it. You had an issue. You took a loss. You now understand it. You again got emotional. You didn't set stop losses. You learned from it. You went through the trial. Now you understand it. You are a better trader now today than you were 12 months ago. Even if that does not reflect in your P&L, you're a better trader today than what you were. And that's because you've got more education. I'm a better trader today than what I was last year. I'm a better trader today than what I was 5 years ago. Even though, again, 2021 was my biggest year ever. I made $553,000. This year, I'm not even close to $553,000. But guess what? Right? I'm a better trader now than I am. You might say, that doesn't make any sense. You made more money, right? 3 years ago. It doesn't matter. The fact is I know more. The fact is I'm more educated. The fact is I'm less emotional. The fact is I'm not gambling as much. The fact is I'm doing things right. That's what makes me a better trader. That's what makes me smarter here. And I want you guys to be able to understand that. So, as we head into 2026, obviously we are going to turn up the heat. I want to trade bigger accounts. I want to trade more often. I want to trade big money. I want to make more cash. I want to do everything I possibly can. If you guys want to join us for 2026, we are going to be having private live streams. We are, again, getting back to more of the community setting. So if you guys want, we are having a Christmas sale right here and right now. What the Christmas sale is, one price, access all year on TradeCaster. So if you are interested, we are accessing $560. It's a one-time payment. This comes out to about $1.20 a day for a year. If you think I bring in $1.20 of value to you every single day, sign up again. You guys will be all set, ready to go for all of 2026. So all you guys have to do to get this one-time fee, will have access for the rest of the year. This is about a 30% discount. Email me at deckmartrades@gmail.com asking for the Christmas sale, and I will again hook you on up right here and right now. So email me at deckmartrades@gmail.com asking for the Christmas deal, and I will send you again an invoice so that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. All right. Awesome. And amazing work from every single person. Amazing job from every single person. Hit me on up right here and right now. You guys will be all set, ready to rock and roll. Obviously fired up and excited for that. So HIHO, still trying to solely grind at this time. 955 in the market. Make sure you guys are all good. Make sure you guys are all set here. See if anything else comes on up here big. A little ASTI. Look at ASTI right now. ASTI, a little bit of hype. Guys, ASTI's halted right here. ASTI. Little bit of action. Let's take a look at past chart history pattern, see if we can find anything. Time frame weekly. Ooh, gotta stay in the daily chart, it seems like. Let me go right here. I always just put a resistance line and scroll back. Where is there major trouble? I mean, what's this? 1430? I mean, that's kind of like, we have some trouble at around 873. 873 and then all the way up towards around $14. Guys, what are you guys thinking right here? Does ASTI have any sort of reason or news? Kind of want to take a quick little look. Head on over to Fox Runner. I just want to type in ASTI news Monday 12-8. So guys, no news I'm seeing on ASTI right now. ASTI, no news? Could we get something crazy? I mean, guys, ASTI, if this stock does start exploding, we could see some wild action. We could see a little bit of wild momentum over on this one. So ASTI currently halted. ASTI top play. ASTI on high watch and high alert at this moment. Let's see if ASTI can squeeze. Let's see if ASTI can start ripping and running. Now, ASTI, if this one gets a little pullback, it could be possibly worth it. Maybe doing 250 shares at a time. Price $5. Again, go on the long side. 505. I like looking for dip buys. I want to give this play a chance. I want to see if this play is going to be able to be a nice little opener for us. Let's see what ASTI does. Guys, ASTI is starting to get some buying volume. This is kind of what I'm thinking. ASTI might get a little bit of hype and buying volume. If we come back on down near the low $5, look at this. ASTI is waking on up here, traders. I don't want to short ASTI. I'm not going to short ASTI. If anything, I would go on the long side on it. I know that sounds a little crazy. I know that sounds a little ridiculous. But if anything, I would be going on the long side on ASTI. So ASTI right now, on the long side, traders are interested over on this play. Give me 2 seconds here, team. ASTI at this moment. Still, again, keeping our eyes peeled on this one to see if this one's going on up. Yep, I will drop all the Christmas deals for you guys right now. Just a little heads on up. I already told you guys about the Deckmart Trades deal. Our partners, Fox Runner, does have 25% off right here and right now. If you guys go over to Fox Runner, type in the word GIFT, you will get 25% off over on Fox Runner. So you guys can scroll on down. You guys can take a look right here. Holiday special, 25% off with the code word GIFT. You guys will be all set, ready to rock and roll. So that comes out to about $37 a month. On top of that, you guys do have Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas is having 25% off as well for their Christmas special. So again, Trade Ideas is having a Christmas special deal at this time. You guys can go over to annual, or you guys can go over towards monthly. The annual deal is a little bit better, but they are having 25% off for Christmas. Cobra is again having their Christmas deal as well. 2 months of free commission, 50% off for life, free software, free Trade Ideas, and free Fox Runner. And then you also do have One Stop Prop as well, doing their BOGO, which is buy one, get one for free. So again, you can buy one account, get the second one for free in case you fail. So every single one, you guys do have opportunities. If that's, again, Fox Runner, Trade Ideas, all that good stuff. I'll drop all the links. But again, I know you guys are probably tired of me, again, bringing up all these different things here. There's Trade Ideas. Boom, boom, boom. There's Fox Runner. Boom, boom, boom. Here's Cobra. And then last but not least, here comes the BOGO. Buy one, get one free over on One Stop Prop. So whatever floats your boat, guys. Just want to throw those out there one last time. There you go. All right. Guys, ASTI. ASTI here, traders. What are you guys thinking? I mean, there is no news behind it. The stock is trying to spike and rip and run. Has a lot of attention. Let's see what we can do. Let's see where the action's going to take us. Is anyone going to buy ASTI right when this one opens on up? I'm going to keep my low dip buys. You know, I don't mind getting a low dip buy opportunity. I will keep my low dip buy opportunity. All right, here, traders, we are starting to see a little bit of hype and action move into this market. Maybe ASTI is going to be the first stock that kind of starts, bringing in a lot of that attention. I don't feel comfortable shorting ASTI. I kind of have a feeling that this is going to be one of those random plays that just spikes up to like way higher than we expect. I can imagine a little Christmas miracle here where it's one of those plays that just keeps going up higher and higher and higher and higher, and we're just like, what the heck is going on here? Like, how is this going up even higher? How is this play continuously spiking? How is this happening? Like, I kind of have that feeling. 3, 2, 1. Oh, don't do that. Don't do another 5-minute hold, though. Don't. Let's not go through this. I will tell you that right now. I do not want to go through this 5-minute halt over and over and over and over again. That is what will make me a little angry. That is what will make me a little bit more upset. 5-minute halt, 5-minute halt, 5-minute halt, 5-minute halt. I do not want to do that. I would only do limit orders on this play probably just because there's going to be a larger spread. You know, when this one opens on up and you click market order, you're probably going to get filled like 30 to 40 cents higher than what the bid is. Right now it's at 605. Looks like we're going to be gapping up towards around the 630s most likely. So gapping up towards around the 630s most likely is next. My game plan on ASTI is I'm going to put some low orders down near $5. If I get filled down near $5, I'll take it. I don't feel comfortable getting filled up near $6. I do think it's going to go higher, but you know what? I'm just going to put some low entries down near the low $5 region, and if I can get filled somewhere in that region, I'll be happy. So I might even do, again, you know, I'm going to just kind of load up a ton of, you know, orders. I'm going to go all the way from, you know, let's go from 541 buy, 40, 535, $5, $4.99. I'm just spreading out a ton of orders, guys. I'm going to try to just see how many entries I can get filled. You know, I don't know where it's going to go down towards. So that's why I'm just putting orders all over the place from 550 and lower. That's all I'm doing. Okay? I'm not being specific. I'm just saying, hey, anything from 550 and lower, I'm going to go ahead and try to get filled. And if I can get a quick entry, a quick in and out, I'm going to take it, okay? So again, right now I'm down $90. I lost $450. I won $360. ASTI has no news. I don't feel comfortable shorting this play. Why? Just because there's a chance that this one does just go up to like $8, $9, $10 and I don't want to get crushed. I'm going to say, hey, if this play can come back on down to this orange line towards around this orange line, I'm going to look to get filled. That's like almost what I'm looking at. Come in here. This is like the deck money area. Deck entry area. Okay? That's all this is right here. This is the deck entry area right here. This is what we call the Thunderdome, baby. This is the Thunderdome right here. HIHO, that one just starts spiking. Little heads on up. HIHO. Guys, HIHO, slow and steady right here. This one did just get on up towards around a top area. Traders, what did we talk about? Look at this red line. Red line, 195. 195 touch. 195 touch. 195, 195. Take a look. 195, 195, 195, 195. Take a look. 195, 195. So again, 195 will be a monster wall. Okay? It might hit 196. It might hit 198. I'm not saying it's not going to get there, but I'm saying it's going to be very difficult to probably stay above that 195 area. I'm turning my attention right now to ASTI for a moment to try to get in and out. Now, I will tell you right now, if I get filled and all of a sudden I see a $500 gain, I'm taking my profits. I don't want anyone to be like, oh, you did that too fast. Again, I cannot wait for you, unfortunately. I am trading my money in the stock market. So let's see if this thing gets a pullback and I can get in. I'm going to make this cash, get after it. 3, 2, 1. We are live at 650. Well, guys, they're still going up. We're still going up here. I'm not going to get filled, unfortunately. Even if it does drop, I would get halted first. So I'm not going to get filled right now, unfortunately. But let's see if this thing is going to have, any sort of crazy pullback or drop. Right now, buyers are trying to move on in. 585 is the Holt area right now. 585 is the Holt area. Buyers are still trying to move on in on this play. We just get spike, spike, spike. Let's see if this one's going to keep on going. Guys, you can cancel your orders at around 540, 550. They're just not going to get filled right now. So I'm going to cancel all my orders from 540, 550. Right now, ASTI Traders is still trying to get a lot of hype and momentum. You guys can look for dip buys if you guys want to. Back on down towards probably like 580, maybe again the low $6 mark. That could be an area that you could try to get filled if you want to. Get another like lower shadow back on down towards that, 588 mark. So I would say there's nothing wrong if you want to look for a little bit of a pullback down low. 581, 580, 577. 570. I am looking for, again, some dip buys if we crack $6 here. 65. Because, again, I think the Holt area is going to drop as well. So all I'm looking for right now here, traders, is if I get a couple dip buys, I'm gonna load up here. If I can get a couple dip buys, if I can get a nice little chance of getting a nice little lower shadow and bounce right back on up, I'll take it. So I'm gonna look to get in from 580s all the way down to the 550s. So basically, new entries. This orange line towards that orange line. This is the new Thunderdome. Okay? That's the new Thunderdome right here. In between those orange lines. Holt area is 593 as of now. I'm hoping that moves down a little bit lower. And it doesn't stay at that 593 area. See, I'm looking for that quick little crack. $6 crack. It's still at 593. Let's see if it opens on up. I'm not in on anything yet. I'm hoping this actually opens on up, dumps on down to 570, 560, pop back on up to like 590. That would be like the perfect goal here. Obviously, it might not happen. We're still not halted though yet. We're still not. Okay, now we're halted. All right. We're halted. I am not filled on this play just yet. I am not filled on this play. Little heads on up. HIHO trying to hit some new highs. HIHO trying to push right now. HIHO broke through that strong 195 area. Where's the next major resistance line? Take a look at past chart history pattern. We are at this red line right here of 215. We just got a big pop because we broke through that strong area. Where is the next major resistance line we have? Go up the board. This is going to be right here around 235. 235. Old spiking high. Back on 410.24. 435. Old spiking high. Back on 65.24. Old spiking high areas. Back again in 23. Back again 825.23. Dip buy area. Back again 235. Back it again in July of 2023. So you got to keep going back in history until you find old spiking high. So 235 over on HIHO would be your next target. If you want to, go ahead and pull the trigger out around those areas. Now, is ASTI here, traders? Is ASTI going to be able to open on up and get a bounce play? Or is ASTI going to just collapse? Right now I still have my live orders. Do I want to keep my orders? That's what I'm asking myself. Do I want to keep my orders? Or do I just want to see that, or is this thing going to just dump all the way back down to kind of like our original area? 559, I mean, I got to cancel my orders right now, guys. I got to cancel my orders at this moment. I would say I want to still give this one a chance for a dip buy. But I would say, again, it has to be like 550 and lower. So I would even go like 521, 523, 527. Like I'm going to kind of loading up around these areas. 527, 528, 531, 534. I don't mind the 530s. Going down low there, I think that could be absolutely fine. Also, how's HIHO doing? HIHO got up to 220 before a little bit of a pullback. $220 before a little pullback and drop. you got two options right now, right? You guys have ASTI, HIHO. These are the only two stocks worth watching, which are, of course, $10 and below. These are the two that have the hype. These are the two that have the action. These are the two that have the momentum. I do want to see really quickly, where's FJet at? I haven't checked up on XJet recently. Where is, again, XJet right here? Tesla 590 here. What's the S&P 500 doing? Guys, S&P 500 trying to work its way back on up. Again, I want to see that 590 break. Let's get the true Santa Claus rally. That's what I want. I want the 590 break. So if the S&P 500 can keep on rallying, that could be good. Where's FJet? FJet, that's just been fading. Yep, all the way back down to $18. That went from 7 to 35, 35 to 18. AFJK, halted on the upside. Be careful on this one. Would I say watch it? Yes. Jeff, do I think it's a good alert? Yes. Is this one crazy in the past? $9 up to $100, $25 up to $80, and now getting a little $40, maybe up to $40. I don't know. Like, I have no idea what could happen with AFJK. I don't even think there's a lot of volume, though. AFJK, yeah, only 15,000 shares have been traded on AFJK. Please be careful on this one. Be careful on AFJK. But this one has gone from $9 to $100, has gone from 24 up to 80, and has now gone from 30 up to 40. So, but it only has 15,000 shares traded on it. You have to be careful on that one. All right, guys, ASTI, I will get filled in the Thunderdome area. This area is between 520 to 530, 540, that area. So, I'll be looking for a quick dip buy. As I said, if I do get filled and I see I'm up $500, $600, I'm just taking my gains right there. Okay? So I'm hoping it opens on up, dumps on down, lower shadows, bounces back up to $6, take all our profits, get the heck out of there. That's the goal. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, we're back up to $6. It's still holding. Let's see here. Next hold area, 535. It's still holding its gains a little bit. It's not like dumping. I don't know if we're going to be able to get filled on this one, guys. It's not like, it's not dumping, and we need the hard dump to kind of spike back on up. You know, we kind of need that hard dump to spike back on up. We need that hard crack to be able to move right back on up on this play. But it's still holding $6. Like, it seems like it's trading like a play that actually has credibility. It's trading like a play that actually has reason. This could easily be a play that could go crazy today at some point. I'm not saying it's going to do it right now, but I could imagine at some point this one just wakes on up and all of a sudden it gets halted and it's at $8 and $9. I am going to cancel my orders right now. I'm going to cancel my orders. They're just not getting filled at this moment. When is AFJK going to open on up? I want to check this out here for a second. 42 seconds. I want to see what FAJK is going to do when this one opens. A stock that has 15,000 shares. Looks like it's going to be going from, what, you know, $30 today to $40 today. And it looks like it's going to gap up to 49. Are there even, let me actually just take a look. I want to see, are there shares available to short if I want to be a psychopath? AFJK, if I want to short 1,000 shares, could I do this? Inquire. 1,000 shares, locate lowest. It's going to cost 56 bucks, which really isn't that much. Let's see where this opens. Ew. I hate when stocks go on 10-minute holds. That's one thing I hate. I hate when we have 10-minute holds. Absolutely despise them. Hate them maybe in every single way. I don't like them. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want it. Pisses me off. ASTI still trying to hold up a little bit. I do want to open up the floor here, though, guys. Does anyone have any questions, comments, or concerns? If you guys do have any questions, comments, concerns, right now is an absolutely beautiful time to be able to ask me. I'm happy to help you guys on out with anything that you guys need in any sort of way. Please let me know. So we do have ASTI still getting a little bit of that bounce. So far, I am down $90 on the day, which again is never a bad day. You know, we have been making a good amount of money. Last week we made $5,994, right? About $6 short of that $6,000 mark. This week again, we were able to make some nice money yesterday, getting ourselves up around, what was it yesterday? I forget. $500 yesterday. That was very solid. And now again, you know, we're slightly down, and ASTI is trying to build itself back on up. NA2379, what type of sunglasses are these? You like them? Thank you, I appreciate that. They're actually Crew, Krew. So, if you wanna rock the same sunglasses I have right here, they are Crew sunglasses. These bad boys right here. Go on over, and they are. Let me find the good ones here. Somewhere around here. It might be these. Maybe those. Something like that. Oh, click the men's department. I think it's these. Do these look the same? What do you think about BBAI? Big Bear AI. A lot of potential in the future. I think BBAI is going to be one top play in the future, but the trend just hasn't hit yet. What's the trend that has to hit for BBAI to take on off? Biometrics. BBAI, when biometrics start taking on off, that's going to be when AI becomes undistinguishable compared to everything else on the internet. When you don't know what photos are real, when you don't know what videos are real, when you don't know, again, you know, how people are going to perceive what's real and what's not. And the only thing we have to actually know that it's us is our biometrics. We are going, at some point, we are going to have to make some sort of program or software that's going to be, hey, this person posted this. It's behind their biometrics. This person literally, if it doesn't have a biometric, you know, let's say badge behind it or whatnot, it's not real. At some point, we are going to have to get to that, where everything's going to be too perfect that no one's going to know what's real or what's not. And the only way we are going to truly know is by, again, biometrics. You, again, you know, having your fingerprints or your eye corneas or whatever to prove that you are you. So again, Big Bear AI, when that time comes, could be 2 years, could be 5 years. That's when that one's going to go crazy. Same exact thing with you, YOU. This one's going to go crazy. Once again, the biometric hype starts taking on off. So YOU, this is one of my go-to plays as well. I definitely like YOU a lot, as this is a biometric play that could potentially pick up some steam in the future for a possible $38 break and kind of go on a nice rip and run. Do you ever use a heat map? I do not. I've never used a heat map before. Right now here, traders. Let's see what ASTI does when this thing opens on up here. Let's see what we get. NA, can you go over how to determine which support and resistance lines is ideal for an entry? Again, those are all lessons that we have over in the video library. So if you go over to tradecaster.com, you're a member over here, go over towards all of our resistance lessons. We have support and resistance lessons right here. So we do have part 1, part 2, support and resistance. We do have, again, our boot camp that I put out for free 2 years ago, going over full detail, support and resistance part 1, support and resistance part 2. All members of Tradecaster have access to that. So make sure you guys click the video library, scroll on down. You guys will be all set, ready to rock and roll. We also do have some free lessons, as you guys know or don't know as well. If you guys type in Sean Dekmar, you guys can type in Sean Dekmar support and resistance. And we do have a couple of free lessons that you can watch here as well. So how to understand support and resistance in the stock market. Make sure you guys go ahead and check this on out. Right? A lot of good things that are going to help you guys become better traders. Check them on out. Be a smart trader. Help yourself. Guys, ASTI. What are you guys thinking here? ASTI. Is there going to be a chance to be able to profit? Well, ASTI, I think if there is going to be a pullback, it's going to be back on down to like the 640s really quickly. So I think if we do get a pullback, it's going to be somewhere right back on down towards around the VWAP and then pop itself right back on up. So Do I think that this one is worth an entry? If you want to go after it, again, go after it. If you want to go after it, again, give yourself a chance. Go after trying to make a little bit of money. I'm not opposed to that. You trying to make some cash and you trying to make some money. So what were we looking for? We are going to be looking to see, can ASTI spike and break above 730? If it does come back on down, it's going to be somewhere right around like 620. So again, dip buy opportunity, 620, 617, 631, 611, 630, 642. You know, like these are all going to be dip buy chances where you can get filled and see if you can be able to make a little bit of cash and make a little bit of profit. So I will look for dip buy opportunities if we can get filled in the low sixes or somewhere around that area. And I'll give this one a chance again. Guys, 3, 2, 1. We're live. I want to see those low guys, the Holt area is 648 though. I don't even think I'm going to get filled because Holt area is 648. This one is still getting ready to go, it looks like. I was going to say if it can come back on down and I can get filled near the VWAP, that's the next dip buy opportunity. It seems like it's going to bounce around 680 and go back above $7. You know, ASTI is still solid. ASTI, there's not much wrong with this play. ASTI is still looking good. Holt area on the downside is 648. Holt area in the upside is 742. Holt area right now got changed to 640 on the downside. I wouldn't be getting in on this play until around the 640s. Came on down that 680 mark, now bouncing back above $7. Now remember, there is no actual news behind this play. Let's remember that, guys. There's no actual news behind this play. There's no actual reason that we're seeing that this stock is doing actually so well, right? This play is kind of going a little crazy. It's going a little wild, but we don't have a reason behind it. I would say if we want to go after and look for a possible dip buy, right? Let's go ahead and look for a dip buy, you know, somewhere in that 620 area. Let's go ahead and look for that dip buy opportunity and see if we can get filled. But at the same time, we want to get filled at areas that we feel good about, that we trust, that we like. Low $6 mark is kind of what I'd be feeling. Holt area right now is 633. Let's see what we got here. If this thing really does fall, we could actually get, you know, maybe a little hurt. Guys, what are you guys thinking on this play? Do you guys want to hold this play? Do you guys still want to look for that low $6 region? Or are you guys just saying, I don't know about this one? Kind of debating on what I want to do at this play. I do know that if this one does get that hard dump, what I do like is it's holding very well. So even if we do get that hard dump, it doesn't seem like it's going to give everything back. I want to see the Holt area go down to like 590. Then I want to see a crash back on down towards like 610 and then bounce back on up. So the Holt area is 621 right now. I want to see the Holt area fall back down to like 590, 580, so we have a little wiggle room to try to get filled right in the 620, 610, 6, that area. AFJK. AFJK, guys, opening on up. $53. AFJK, this one's getting a little bit stupid, but AFJK just had 7,000 shares go through. People are buying this play right now. I mean, if you have 1,000 shares, you could win or lose 20 grand on this play. So, I mean, like, guys, understand that. AFJK, it's an extremely high risk play. You 100% can be making absolutely insane amount of money. If you jump in on AFJK, it has already gone from $30 up to $55. But there's only 22,000 shares that are traded. If someone sells 5,000 shares, it's going all the way back down to $30. I mean, you could get absolutely crushed on this play. All right, that's where you have to be very, very careful. ASTI still watching this to see if we're going to get that nice long lower shadow and bounce back on up. The Holt area is still 621. I want to see if, again, that we can get away from that 621 mark. I kind of want to see it, back to like 580, 590. What I do like about this play, as I said, is I like how this play is holding its gains very well. So like it's not dumping and collapsing. Now the Holt area is 614. Could give us a little wiggle room. I want to see, again, like that 590 mark. I will get filled on this. I will give this a chance. Guys, I am in right now. First little entries. I am in right now on ASTI, giving this one a little chance. Let's see if ASTI's Holt area can go lower. Again, I want to keep getting filled all the way on down. If I can make, $200 plus on this play, I will definitely do that. I only got filled 750 shares at the price of $6.23. We're almost holted. Almost holted. Guys, I think we might be getting holted here, which I actually don't mind. I don't mind. I think we might go a little lower, but I think we're going to bounce at least back up to 650. So again, I have 1,000 shares at 621. Currently down again at this time, $60. You might say, yeah, it says you're down $2,000. I'm not down $2,000. Don't worry. That's just a little glitch because we're halted at this moment. I will again look for some more entries and see again that nice little dip buy right around $6, shoot back up towards around 650. So I'm actually happy with this trade, going after it, seeing again we have a last little Christmas trade here. Last little Christmas trade, seeing what I can do, see if I can make a little bit of cash, seeing if I can make a little bit of money here. Also on top of that, as we know, HIHO, still again trying to get that $2 break, and AFJK is kind of the psychopath trade, guys. AFJK, that's going to be one that we are going to just sit back, relax, see what happens over on AFJK. Let's see this. Is AFJK a Chinese play? Usually, again, if there's going to be a random $100 spiker, it's always Chinese. Nope, this one's in New York. This is a shell company, though. Shell company. It's not like a real company. It's a shell company, like a fake company. So right now here, team, we got AFJK going to open up in about a minute and a half. ASTI, I do want to get filled, see a bounce play, back up towards around 650, take a quick little $300 profit if I can. I'm obviously not going to allow it to lose, thousands of dollars. That's not worth it. We've been doing great the last few days, doing great the last few weeks. Let's again make sure we're not going into Christmas with a lot of red. Obviously, we got to be careful though over on ASTI. ASTI, what I like about this play a lot, it has been finding a lot of good support. Now, what I mean by that is that this play, ASTI, it's been coming and falling and dropping, but at the same time, let's understand that, this has been a play that when it falls and fades and drops, we have always seen a bounce play back on up nearly every single time, right? So let's just kind of make sure that we have that in our wheelhouse here. If we do get a little pullback, I do want to get a couple little dip buy opportunities in case we do get a little pullback, bring my cost basis down a little bit more. So I just want to load up some bottoms just in case we go lower than I think. Just in case we go lower than I think, I can get ready for a possible dip buy and bounce. ASTI 2 minutes. AFJK. Guys, AFJK most likely won't open. This is going to open like every 5 or every 20 minutes probably. But let's see here. 30 seconds on AFJK. This one shows it's going to be gapping up another $6. There's only been 22,000 shares traded on this play. Little heads on up. Do I have any concerns on ASTI? ASTI, the only concern I have is there is no news. So it's hard to trust there will be a dip buy, but at the same time, the entire characteristics of the stock has shown there is dip buying. Like it's holding rather well. Let's see, AFJK opening on up in 3 seconds. Let's see what it does. Guys, AFJK just gapped up another $10. AFJK is now from $40 to $62. AFJK now, $40 all the way up to $62. Now we also do have ASTI here in 1 minute. All right, traders, let's see what we can do over on this one. Watching to see where, again, this one's going to fall on down to. Major supports back on down towards around 475, 480. I do have right now 1,000 shares at the price of 621. If we bounce on up and we go up to 650 or so, I'm just going to take my profits right away and take, a quick $200, $300. Right? That's what I'm going to do. So if we open on up, shoot on up to 650, I'm just going to take my profits right away. If the stock opens on up and dumps, I'll look to add a little bit more, bring a cost basis back down to 590, and more or less try to break even on this trade. Maybe try to squeeze out a little bit of green. I know the cam just died. Sorry, guys. Let me turn off the camera real quick. Okay, I will replace the camera, but again, we only got 10 seconds here. So I'm just going to talk you guys through this one. Here, we're opening on up in 5 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. 620 here. 620 here at this moment. Guys, I'm going to get out with a floss real quick. Getting out with a $43 loss. Basically breaking even on this trade. I don't like the... And take a very tiny loss. No problem. No deal whatsoever. So again, no issue, no problem. Let's go. Let's watch this one, but let's also focus on AFJK. So I got out of that play. At this moment, $43 loss. No big harm. Currently down $100 on the day. Let me turn the camera back on. So right here, ASTI got out of the play. Not really doing too much. And traders, what I really am just I'm kind of more interested over here, AFJK. I mean, I don't want to, I don't want to, this is more of like entertainment to me. When I take a look over on, AFJK, this is more of entertainment in my eyes. Seeing this type of move, this type of stock, this type of rip, and this type of run, it's like a whole bunch of, it's like a fake play here, right? I don't think there's any sort of news or reason, but we do have at this moment. Let's go over to AFJK. A 95% gain on this play. Nuts. So AFJK here, traders. It's probably going to be another 5-minute halt. Just a heads up for every single person. At the same time, this is one of those stocks that, it could just go all the way up to $100 plus. What stands out the most, though? What stands out to the most of me is the fact that this play is going to give back all of its gains. I mean, you have $14 up to $100, $100 back on down to $33. $24 up to 81, 81 back on down to 30, $30 up to 62. Is this play just at some point going to turn and fade and dump? And here comes a little bit more. These guys are at $70 at this point. AFJK at $70 region. Is there going to be the reversal point coming on up? I mean, to short this play, as I said, we definitely can, but it's kind of a crazy thing to do because you were going to win or lose so much money so fast. So, I mean, like, it's not bad. You're going to win or lose so much money so quickly, though. That's the only thing. Like, you're going to win a ton or you're going to lose a ton over on AFJK. $70 top resistance. Holt area on the downside, $60. You know, here's 74. Guys, hold it on the upside almost. Almost hold it on the upside again. Now we're at 83,000 shares. You're getting more shares come on through, though. Look at more shares. 87,000. 87. AFJK has done this multiple times. Look at this. $8, $100. The next day, it's back down to $34. $23, $82. Next day, back on down. Are we going to kind of follow this, like, steep, ugly downtrend? That would show that I could get up to, like, 77. What do you guys think? How much is just, like, 100 shares? Let's go to short locate. Let's get, like, 100 shares. AFJK, 100 shares on this play. I mean, let's go 250 shares. Inquire all. 250. Locate the lowest amount. $8. Okay. $8. That's not bad. Can I get that? Let me see. I'll bring it over, kind of show you guys some proof. AFK rejected. So it says provider rejected. Okay, hold on. Let's see if we can get it. Inquire all. Locate lowest. Cancel. Pending. Pending right here. Just pending. I'm trying to get 200 shares. Pending. Minimum shares is 99. Okay. I'm trying to get 200. Okay, guys. Got accepted. 50 shares. Well, that kind of sucks. 50 shares. I want more than 50. Got accepted another 50. So I have 100 shares total right now. Traders, I do think AFJK could have a nice reversal. Top resistance, 96. Top resistance, top resistance. 50 shares. Sell. Am I being a psychopath right now, guys? Doing 50 shares right now? On the sell side? 50 shares. AFJK shorting at $70. Am I being a psycho at this moment? Shorting this play with 50 shares? I mean, all I'm looking at past chart history pattern. Top resistance, reversal. Top resistance, reversal. What's that top area? 78, 79. That top area, as I see, 78, 79. Limit order. Let's see if this one spikes on up like 78 again. That's where I would short another. I'm here to have a little fun today if we can do it. I'm here to have a little fun if we can get up towards that 78 mark. Again, I'm doing 50 shares at this moment. And right now, this 50 shares has got me down $172. Let's see if I can get myself in the green. Let's imagine if this one can dump on down to $64. So, I mean, this is only 50 shares. But at the same time, this play moves so fast and so crazy and so wild. We could be able to make, a crazy amount of money over on this play, most likely, even from 50 shares. 100 shares, 50 shares is going to be every dollar it moves is $50. So every $2 is $100. If I'm in at $70 right here, guys, and we get a $10 drop, that's going to be a $500 profit. So is AFJK going to start turning and reversing and dumping and start getting weaker for us? Could, again, my 50 shares make me, again, $200, $300 on the day? Potentially. Right? What am I looking at? Well, again, we do have our top resistance right here, and then we have a pullback. Then we have our top resistance right here and a massive pullback. And then we have our top resistance right here and then looking for that massive pullback. So I'm going to have some fun, give it a little bit of a chance, be willing to throw a little money around, only 50 shares, and see what we could possibly do over on this play in case we can have a little bit of fun. Let's see what happens here. 64 is back on down towards the Holt area. 79 is the next, again, Holt area on the upside. Jeff, I got in on one share. I made $53 or $16. Hey, that's the thing. I mean, like, once you get 100 shares, you can definitely actually be able to see some crazy gains. If you start getting 100 plus shares, 200 shares, you could definitely start seeing some crazy gains on these plays. And the reason why I say that is because, all of a sudden it takes this, a $10 move, which can happen like this, where all of a sudden, like, you're up or down $1,000. Guys, I might get my 100 shares. Ooh, is that the ask is at 76. I was going to try to get in, as you guys know, at 78 for, again, my next 50 shares. That'll bring my cost basis up towards around $73, maybe $74. You know, maybe the high of the day is going to be $81, actually. What's the Holt area? 81. I might cancel this and go up towards that 81 area. $80.50. Short that 50 shares up there, in case we get that one last little pop up to 81 before we fall back on down. I mean, we have 138% spiker on barely any sort of news whatsoever. I have 50 shares in on this play. I'm down $290. Not a play that's going to ruin my bank account, but at the same time, definitely could still make me some good money. So I want to see, are we going to get that little pop? I think we might get that one little pop and Holt at the final little area up near around $81. If we do pop up towards $80, I want to try to get filled there. That'll bring my cost basis up towards around $75, which I think is pretty solid. If the stock goes from $30 all up to $80 and my cost base is 75 and I have 100 shares, that's good. I mean, even right now, I'm happy with my $70. You know, I'm down, you know, $3 at this moment. And again, that's, you know, 150, 200 bucks. If we ever do start fading and falling, we get Holted down to 66. We drop them down to 55. You know, again, making a quick little 500 bucks could be great. The issue is right now, AFJK, we basically have a spike and it's holding pretty well. I mean, this is a little interesting at spiking, holding pretty well. Let's see here. Right now, traders, still again just watching this. Would anyone kind of be fearful this could be a little bull flag pattern? Would anyone say, hey, I think this is going to try to get an attempted spike? We have a little bull flag pattern. Anyone think that could be an attempted little bull flag pattern setup? Anyone here think that this could be an attempted little pop? So for me, I'm not going to go any bigger than 100 shares. But if we run up towards $80, I will add 50 more. And going from 40 bucks all the way up to 80, 81, 83, like, and I have a cost base around 75, I think that could still be very solid. You know, we do have this bull flag set up at this moment. You know, right now I am down $200 at this time on 50 shares, but all it takes is one little strong reversal. And the big thing that stands out to me is this right here, right? Top resistance, gave it all back. Top resistance, gave it all back. Top resistance, give it all back. Now, again, how low can this fall on down to? I think a realistic area that we could fall on down to today is like $60. And then maybe by, again, you know, tomorrow, it's all the way back down to like 42. You know what I mean? I think, like, you know, we could easily fall on back down towards $56, $60. And then overnight tonight, we could fall back down to like 42. I mean, the stock is known. Look at this. Has it ever held its gains? Spike, gave it all back the next day. Spike, by the next day, it was over, again, 50% pullback. Spike, again, same day, 50% pullback. Next day, about a 60% pullback. Spike, again, what are we looking for? So you could see, it might take some time, but if we are going purely off of past chart history pattern, if we're just going off purely off past chart history pattern, there has never been a time that AFJK has spiked and had 2 green days in a row after a massive move. Now, could this one break and go up to 100? Potentially, yeah. You know, we definitely have to be smart. We definitely have to use our head. But you know what? It is a play that, you know, you might want to dive into a little bit. HIHO. HIHO. Stock slowly moving itself on up. Keeping our eyes peeled over on HIHO. If that thing can break $2, we could still be able to get that little rip and run. Here comes again AFJK trying to work itself. Next Holt area is right around that $81 mark. Still having that big bull flag set up though. $70, you know, that VWAP area has been holding up as the main support line. Bull flags here. Are we going to get that little pop? Give us that little pop if we can get it. Get filled out of a top area. Raise our cost bases up to 75. Drop back on down really quickly. It's almost like this big bull flag setup is looking for it. It's trying to wake up the monster. It's trying to wake up the monster right here. This bull flag setup. If we do crack, we could get halted right at 66. I mean, this might just take a while. I mean, who knows, guys? This might just take a while. This might be a play that you have to hold throughout the entire day if you actually do want to get paid big off of it. You might just have to hold this throughout the entire day. Have bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. If we crack through 68 and we start dropping on down to like 66, we could get halted on the downside. And then we start seeing a reversal and, you know, it fade all the way back down towards like 57 bucks. You know, that could be very good for us. Right now I'm down $70. Traders, I'm going to give this play until about, 11 o'clock. I'm going to give this play about 10 more minutes. If we don't have any action in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to wrap up for my start of my winter break, start of my Christmas break right here, and start getting into that Christmas season. Hey, what do you have planned for your Christmas? What I have planned for my Christmas coming on up is I am going to eat around anywhere between 78 to 172 cookies. This is my time where I absolutely dominate kitchens. This is what I do. Every Christmas, I sit there and I just have a huge tray of chocolate chip cookies and I just eat them until I throw up. So, I have a busy schedule ahead. I got a busy day tomorrow. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting for every single person. Obviously, I'm jacked on up. But I truly, guys, I am wishing every single person an absolutely amazing Christmas ahead. Guys, right now we are up $100 over on AFJK. Let's see if AFJK, if this is going to be able to continue to keep on moving on up here. Guys, AFJK, there's the drop, up $283. Up $283 over on AFJK. Can I take my profits right now? Guys, I just got out. AFJK, I'm going to take $283, get myself back into the green. So, I'll take it. Put myself up $150 on the day. A good, happy way to go green. Go green to end things on off. Ladies and gentlemen, I absolutely love being here with you guys. I, love waking on up and be able to trade every single day. AFJK, congratulations for everyone shorting that play, seeing that top resistance line and starting to see that bull fly crack. But in all reality, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone who has been with us. Everyone who has crushed it. Every single person that has showed up day after day. Team, the big public streams are starting to come down to an end. If you want to sign up to Tradecaster, we do have our Christmas sale right now. Email me at deckmartrades@gmail.com, and I will give you a 1-year pass for 30% off. We also do have all of our other memberships up and live right now, so you guys can go ahead and check them on out, and you guys are good to go. Not only are we having our live sale at this moment, You guys know every other one of those amazing companies are. Fox Runner is having their Christmas sale at this moment, which is absolutely great. Trade Ideas is having their, again, Christmas sale at this moment, which is absolutely fantastic and awesome. Cobra is having it. One Stop Prop is having it. Make sure you guys go take advantage of these Christmas sales. All the links are in the description below. Check them on out. I love you guys. Email me if you guys haven't over at deckmartrades@gmail.com to get yourself 30% off the annual membership. Traders, I love you. Everybody, enjoy your Christmas break. Enjoy your winter break. Enjoy this amazing time spending time with family and friends. And I cannot wait to be able to, again, have you guys back in 2026. Now, the scanners will be up tomorrow, but there will be no stream. The next live stream will be on Monday of next week and Tuesday of next week. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. Thursday is Christmas. Friday, I'm not trading the day after Christmas on a Friday before the weekend. Monday, we will be trading. Tuesday, we'll be trading. Then it's the same schedule again. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, not trading a Friday after, again, New Year's going into 2026. So we are here, but again, we are basically kicking off our Christmas break. Hey, everyone, enjoy a little bit of skiing, enjoying a little bit of fun over in Aspen. Enjoy, again, your ski trips, your Christmas. Enjoy, again, the New Year's, and be smart, be safe. Don't drink and drive. Spend time with loved ones. Help me wrap this thing on up. You guys know it, baby. Let's do it. In 3, 2, 1. Ah-hoo! Oh!
When dreaming, I'm guided to another world. Time and time.